the Indian team will start their WTC cycle for 2023-25 with a tour of the West Indies a month from now. First test between India and West Indies will be played in Dominica from the 12th of July, and rest assured it will be a very important start for India after the debacle of the World Test Championship final at the Oval. Why? Because a lot of the batters are well over 30. Some of them have not really set the stage on fire over the last few years. Rohit Sharma is under criticism. Virat Kohli has also faced some flack. Cheteshwar Pujara hasn't been that consistent. Of course, he got runs after he came back into the team. He got some runs, but those runs came against Bangladesh. Majority of those runs came against Bangladesh. Didn't really fire in the Border Gavaskar Trophy and failed in the WTC final. So you will have certain question marks around a few of these cricketers. Ajinkya Rahane obviously making a comeback after he was dropped following the tour of South Africa in early 2022. So there are a lot of factors to consider. Why? Because there are recent reports that Rohit Sharma is likely to travel to the West Indies with India, but he will take a call on his test future after that. Remember, a lot of these cricketers will hit their late 30s by the time we approach the final of this edition of the WTC. So it will be extremely important to figure out who their successors could be. Will India try out a couple of new faces maybe in the WTC cycle, beginning from the tour of the West Indies? Remember, later this year there is a tour of South Africa where India playing 2 test matches, then England come over. So there's plenty of test cricket, plenty of competitive test cricket. And this, in a way, will also be a phase of redemption for the Indian team management under coach Rahul Dravid and skipper Rohit Sharma. Remember, T20 World Cup last year, they lost in the semi-final. World Test Championship, they lost the final after doing so well in England, where they drew the series 2-all. Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid will feel the pressure in the build-up to the ODI World Cup later this year. Will India be able to finally break their jinx in ICC titles? That's extremely important. But before that, there is of course the Test series starting, and like I said, would India want to try out some new faces? There's Sarfraz Khan. His omission, constant snub, has raised a few eyebrows, and also leaving out R. Ashwin in that World Test Championship final. He still retained his #1 spot in the ICC Test rankings for bowlers. But will India abandon to an extent their horses for courses policy? Have they taken it a little too far? Will the West Indies series give you a peek into the future on how they approach Test cricket? Also ODI cricket. Remember, this is the ODI World Cup year. Their squad is more or less finalized. And then the T20 series. They're playing 5 of those T20 matches against the West Indies. So that will also be another peek into the future as to how this Indian team shapes across these 3 formats. This was Rajesh Gupta bringing this to you for India Today YouTube.